Hello and welcome to binaryoptions.co.uk. In this video we want to introduce binary options to those of you who are beginners or completely new to binary options. So it's a basic entry-level introduction to what is quite an innovative financial product. So on screen we've got the IQ option trading platform. This is a demo account. And I'm not going to dive into the platform itself too much because, as I say, this introduction is just going to give you the basics of binary options, tell you what they are, and we'll do a quick trade just to illustrate how to use them. So firstly, what is a binary option? A binary option is a form of derivative and it allows traders to speculate on the value of an asset. You don't own the asset when you take out a binary option. You're simply speculating on the price value. The trade size and the payout are known before the trade is placed, so you know exactly how much you're putting at risk and exactly how much you're going to win. There's no leverage with binary options, so the stake size that you select is the maximum amount that you can lose from that single trade. Likewise, the payout is fixed, so regardless of how far up or how far down the price goes, your payout will stay the same. What matters is whether you call the direction of the price movement correctly. Each option has a set expiry time, which is anywhere between 30 seconds up to a year and even longer depending on your broker. Generally, binary options are used over short-term periods, so 5 minutes and under generally. But as I say, they can be used for end of week, end of month, or even 12 months time. So the trader is trying to predict where the price will be at that moment of expiry, whether it be higher or lower. That's the traditional classic binary option. Where the trader is correct, they'll receive a payout of around 85 or 90% on screen at the moment. We're looking at the Euro USD exchange rate, and you can see over on the right hand side here the payout is 88%. That's fairly standard for forex trades. So having explained what a binary option is, what we'll do now is just dive into a trade. As I say, I'm not going to focus on the platform too much because that can come in later videos. This is just going to give you the basics. So the first thing to do is select an asset. Over here you can see we have the binary option selected, and you can then select assets within that. So on IQ option they list them by payout, and you can see here that the forex payouts are all the largest ones, but you can trade commodities such as gold or oil will be available later in the day. Indices such as the forex and DAX, equities, all the big companies, Apple, Facebook, Vodafone. You can trade equities on any of those. By far the most popular is forex trading, generally due to the volatility. This chart is entirely configurable, so you can change the time periods here, but as I say, I don't want to dive too much into the platform itself. I just want to show you a binary option today. So as I mentioned, the key points really for a binary option are the asset that you want to trade, the expiry time, which is here and changes. You might have just seen the screen update as it moved along to the next expiry time, the amount of your trade, and obviously the direction that you expect the trade to move in. So our expiry, I'll just explain these lines. This dotted line is the amount of time you have before you have to have made your trade for that particular expiry, and this solid line here is the expiry time itself. As you can see, you've got a countdown as well. But if you did want to move that forward, you can use this plus button here, which will take you forward minute by minute. You can also select the time here and start using expiries much further into the future, as you can see here. And here's some of the examples where I talked about end of day, end of week, etc. For the purposes of this video, we'll use an expiry time that's not too far in the future. So here we've got a minute to make up our mind, basically decide what the prices are doing, and select accordingly. One thing I should do is just apologise for the confusion on this price chart at the moment. I've still got lots of technical analysis tools on there, so you might be a bit confused by what you see. Basically, the white line is the only one that really matters, and I may just change that for the sake of clarity. So I've changed to a candlestick chart, which just makes it a bit easier to see. As you see, we've got 35, 34 seconds here before we have to have made a decision. I've not researched this trade at all, so I'm just going to pick a direction for the sake of this video. We'll make it $10. As you can see, I'm on a practice account here, so I can afford to be brave, maybe braver than $10, but we'll carry on with that. So I can see this, there's a sort of general trend down here, but it's reached the baseline, so I'm going to go for a call. And you see here that the position's now opened. It's moved against me pretty quickly. And you can see the time counting down as well here to expiration. Once it reaches that expiration time, the trade will close and I will have won or lost, obviously. As you can see, there's an expected profit figure here. If that price dips down below my strike price, that'll go red and go to minus $10. That's just a couple of seconds now. The trade is closed. The result has come in. So I made 88% on that trade, $8.80, and obviously had my $10 returned as well. And you can see that's gone into the practice account. The screen at this point is frozen in terms of that trade. If I want to trade again, I can click this plus here, move to another trading session. It's reconfigured the entire price chart. Oops. And I could start trading again. You'll also see a history of your trades along the top here, and you can see that trade that I opened and closed, you can see there the little checkered flag which says the trade is closed. That's now in that history that I can go and check should I wish to. So in essence, that is a binary option. I didn't do a great deal of research into that trade or technical analysis or anything else. That was just purely a demonstration. Fortunately, the trade won, which always looks better than when it loses. But that was just a real sort of basic trade, just to give you an introduction. One final point, because this is a video aimed at beginners and novices, I would like to point you towards a page on avoiding binary options scams. It is a sad fact that the sector has been blighted by a few dishonest operators. They are fortunately being squeezed more now by regulators and officials, but they do still exist. There's been a few stories in the media recently. Martin Lewis at Money Saving Expert had his name used incorrectly. So if you do visit our website, binaryoptions.co.uk, if you are a beginner, just pop over to the scams page. You'll find it on the guides menu, and that will tell you how to avoid the scams. They are generally pretty obvious to spot. If they're guaranteeing profits or suggesting you can get rich quick, don't use them, basically. Binary options are not a get rich quick scheme. They are a high risk, high reward financial instrument that needs to be understood. You need to understand the risk you're taking with each trade. So if you are a beginner, just head over there first. On the rest of the site, you'll find how to compare brokers, how to find strategies, whether to use signals and things like that. So yeah, hopefully that's given you a nice introduction to binary options. You can see what they are, see if they'll suit you, and by all means, open a demo account, absolutely risk-free, have a play, see if they suit you, see if they don't. Okay, dokes, good luck in your future trading.